From the hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so we have the 3.62 Yo, which is a big Zac. Then we have the 4.9 gross and the 4.87 gross. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to cross a big Zac with a gross. One of the Yos, I think these are Domingos, cross that to that. So let's see. I'm going to put them in some cups. Put a couple seeds in the cup. Mark the cups so you don't get them confused. Okay. Get them soaking some water up for 24 hours. Dump it out. And then tomorrow, fill these cups up with some dirt and put the seed in. Or you can leave them until they sprout. They'll generally sprout within 2 days, 3 days sometimes. Okay, just keep them somewhere warm. Okay, keep them warm. And if you got grow lights, put them under there if you want, but somewhere warm, top of your refrigerator, same, cabinets, stuff like that, and they'll sprout pretty quickly. But I'm gonna let it do it for 24 hours, and I'm gonna put it in the dirt and let it come up on its own. So anyhow, yeah, don't know which one I'm gonna go with yet. I know I'm gonna do this one for sure. I'm gonna look these two up real quick. Let's see what they are. So we got, this is a Domingo, and the Big Wixom is a Domingo Big Zac cross. Okay. These two right here are both Big Zacs. So in order for me to cross my own a Big Zac to that, I'd have to take a true Domingo, which I have out there growing. Okay, so I have to get one of the seeds out of my Domingo tomatoes this year and cross it with one of these right here to make my own cross of Big Zac's Domingo tomatoes. All right, this one is one. So I'm excited for that. So I'm going to plant this. I'm going to plant this, and I'll plant that. I'm gonna plant both of these, and then I'm gonna plant that, and then I'll plant one of my other Domingos, and I'll cross it with both of these, and then I'll have that seed for next year. Okay, so I'll have the cross from both of these next year, next spring, because these are both Big Zacs. This is a Big Zac Domingo cross, the Big Wixom. Okay, so I'll show you, I'll get the picture up and show you where I got that info from. Okay guys, we have the 4.19 gross, 3.62 yo, and the 4.87 gross. They're floating, as you can see. Now I'm going to let them sit there for about 24 hours, and then I'm going to pour the water out, take the seed out, pour the water out, punch some holes in the bottom of it for drainage, fill it full of dirt, plant the seed right in the center of the cup, and let them take off. You can let them sprout. They'll sprout 2-3 days, sometimes a little longer, in water. They'll put a root out, okay, and then you just take that root and put it in the dirt. But this time I'm going to just use it for 24 hours like this, a nice warm spot, and then after 24 hours, take and put them in well-soaked dirt, okay? Don't want it wringing wet, okay, but you want it nice and moist, and then the seeds should come up relatively quickly. But yeah, so we got them all in there, the gross, the yo, and the other gross right there. So anyways, we're going to, the one is a Big Wixom, I think is what you say, how you pronounce it. And then the other two are Big Zacks. So the yo and that other one that is a Big Zack. We'll cross those with my Domingo, which is the 5.46 worm Clements. We'll cross that with those two and make our own cross of the Domingo and the Big Zack. But the other one was a Big Wixom, which, as you see, is a known cross of a Domingo and a Big Zack tomato. So we're going to see what we get out of these during the winter time. It should be interesting and fun. We'll be planting some other tomatoes as well this winter, just to grow in the house and have fresh ones. So this is how I'm going to get them all started right here. This is how you start your tomatoes indoors. Like I say, you can let them throw a root out and then plant, or you can just let them soak for 24 hours and then plant them. So that's what I'm going to do. On to the next. All right, let's go in here. Check out some things. Man, these vines. Aggravating. She's up there, she's down here, and she's gone bad. Yep. She went bad. She went bad. Got all of them's going bad. Look at them all. Diseased on the tips. They just won't quit. This will not quit. But y'all see the tip of it there? Diseased. That one there is diseased. I don't know where all the disease comes from, but it's definitely got them. Got them all. Bad looking. So, every one of them over here is toast. These here done got so long that they are crooked. Yeah, and they're bad too. That one's a bad one. Yep, lots of bad ones, I guess. Oh, it's a shame. I probably could have beat it this year, but fell down and that was that. Try to get in there and do some cleaning up on this stuff this evening maybe. Let's go check on some pumpkins. What we got? Looks good there. Check it back here. Looks good there. All right. Gotta clean. I cleaned all that. Look at all that I had to cut off. It's not looking real good, guys. Not looking good at all. I'm gonna put some stuff on it, get it cleaned up. While I'm waiting on the bleach to dry, let's go ahead and uncover her here and take a look. She's feeling like she's filling out pretty good. I mean, y'all see these big ribs starting to come up on her? And that wasn't there earlier in the week. And now she's starting to get these big ribs filling up on her. She's pumping a lot of energy in there still yet, guys. And that's why I'm so bummed about her fading off like that stem. And I've had to cut 20% of that stem on her, guys. That is not ideal. Not ideal at all. Still a very faded pumpkin. She's not got any color to her. And so I was hoping to fill her out. I mean, look at y'all see how big her rib's getting? Look, can y'all see that? Look how big that rib is. Man, it comes way out there. She's sounding really good. I'm just very upset with that stem. I've been having some. I mean, look how deep that rib is, guys. That's the kind of stuff you see on some of them 15 and 1600 pound ones. Look there, she's sapping. How hard she sapped. She cracked right there. Clean that out today. No bugs getting in there. I mean, she's getting there, guys. It's almost like she got a second boost of energy all of a sudden. It's like, hey, here we go. Now we're talking. Let's push some weight. So I would be pleasantly surprised. I bet you guys, I would bet, if I'm a betting man, I would bet she's hit 1,000 from the other day. I think she's really putting it on now, because you can see these ribs just, I can tell this wasn't humped up that high the other day, and they just continue to get humped up higher. She's getting really big back this way, and ribs just keep getting deeper and deeper on her. I'm impressed. So I'll try to keep the stem going as long as I can. Looking like it's gonna fade. If it does, oh well, I'll find me another one out here, pollinate it and make me a porch pumpkin, or maybe even keep one that's out there, pollinate it and let it be a porch pumpkin if this one does end up having to be cut off pretty soon. But I mean, she's just getting really deep ribs all up along here now all of a sudden, and it just started this week that she started doing that. So, and this week was the week I gave them a buttload of stuff. So anyhow, gonna water here shortly before that evening time comes. Always got plenty of time to dry and everything. There's one of them big sunflower heads I was telling you about right there. Have to get a measurement on that one, see how big it is. But anyhow, I gotta get all that chopped down as well. Look at all them on my fence. So All right, guys, let me cover her back up, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do on the back side to her stem to try to help keep the nastiness. Okay, guys, sorry for the fan noise. I just get some Dicanyl. I put it in the cup, and I get me a paintbrush, and I paint it on there, onto the stem. So you switch hands here. Some Dicanyl on your brush. Come up here and just paint it on like so. Just trying to keep whatever. This is after you've done applied your bleach solution, okay? Get all the cracks and the crevices. Get all the way around it. You don't want nothing in there that could screw your pumpkin up, you know. Whatever's going in that pumpkin or through that stem is also coming into your pumpkin, so you want to be aware of that. So let me get off of here, get that thing painted. I think y'all got the idea, and on to the next. All right, guys, so let's go in here. Take a look at this one. She's doing pretty good, I think. She's sapping hard still. Stem looks good. Take a look back here, see what we got, and we'll clean her up too today as well. Clean her up every day. She's got a huge stem, but let's get her cleaned up some. Okay, guys, you can see where I've started to do surgery again. I've cut those 2 chunks out. I had to go in and get my fillet knife. It's sterile. We're gonna go in here and see all this nasty funk in there. All that nastiness, we're gonna clean that out, and we're gonna get a bigger V on the other side of the stem right down in there, so airflow can flow better, okay? Because it's healing over and it's coming together, which is fine, but it can't get dry enough in there, so it's a harbor for bad things in there, okay? So we're gonna open her on up on the other side as well and get it cleaned up there, and then disinfect with bleach and paint with Dicanyl. Okay, so here we go. Jaden, you want to scoot on over here. Come on, you can scoot right here.
Yeah.
Okay, bend down there so you can get a good look at this. All right, you got it in there?
Yep.
Okay, so let's be very, very careful, guys. This could be an ending. This could end your season if you're not careful. So
sorry about the slight.
Very, very careful.
Oh gosh, I have a cramp. Okay, it's on.
You gotta be very careful. Very, very careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up a slight bit.
Okay.
Whoa. Need to be careful. Okay.
See that chunk? How nasty it looks?
Uh,
You don't want that in there. It's just a harbor for bad things. I see a bunch of bad things happening in here as well. That's why I'm coming in here and doing this. I don't want to do it. It's not pleasant. I wish I didn't have to do it.
hey, Dad.
Be very careful. And this pumpkin's sitting in a very odd angle, so you just gotta be aware where your knife is going. You don't want to plunge that knife into the pumpkin, because then you're really going to be upset. And you're going to be like, well, that fella told me to do this. And I'm going to be like, well, I told you to be careful too. So I don't think there's enough videos out there on how to do these surgeries on these late season pumpkins like this. Like I say, I'm just being very, very, very
gentle.
Yeah, very gentle, very careful with how I do this.
Sorry, everyone, for me moving a little bit.
It's not a very easy thing. And I do have a hole right here where that stuff leaks out, a lot of it, so it's like a weep hole right there. I'm just trying to open up this bottom. The bottom needs to open. If I can get that bottom open, then air will flow better. And if air is flowing better, well, you know what happens next. Healing can occur.
I'm mostly doing side. I ain't really looking in there too much.
Okay. Okay.
The fan looks like it has too much sun, so I'm gonna lower back down and
okay. Looking pretty decent right now.
didn't mean to move.
No, you're fine.
Okay. I can tell you one thing. Doing surgery on a pumpkin, not easy.
No, it's not. It's a pain in the butt, really.
I don't even know how you've not messed up just yet.
Because I'm taking my time.
So what has happened? I don't know what has happened.
There was a stem. The stem was splitting into the pumpkin.
Oh, gosh.
And in order for me to stop the stem splitting into the pumpkin,
You had to do surgery?
I had to remove the crack, which entailed
Left that?
splitting the stem like this. If I would have left it, there was about a 75% chance it would have
Died.
split the whole pumpkin and killed it. See how big of a chunk I just took out of there, guys? Get it out. Don't leave it in there. See? Now we're pretty clean in there now. There is some stuff needs out, but it can heal now. It's not
Sorry everyone for the moving again.
not nearly as bad as it was. Okay. All right, now.
I'm gonna get up a
Yeah,
little
go
bit.
ahead, go ahead. I'm gonna spray it down with our stuff, with our spray. Now it can heal, should be able to heal pretty decently now.
Here's another question. If it's split like that, how come the pumpkin hasn't already started the split?
No, because I put a cross cut right here that stopped it from doing it. See, this was a tiny triangle. It was a real small triangle and it split onto the pumpkin, right?
Yeah.
The stem was splitting onto the pumpkin.
I see it there.
So I split, all I did was stick a knife straight in like this, and I went straight back to the vine like that, and I stopped. And then I put this cross cut right here to stop the pumpkin from splitting into the actual pumpkin cavity. And we did, we stopped it. It's completely stopped, there ain't nothing into the cavity, okay? But
There's still
we got issues elsewhere in it. So we had to address those issues. Now they're addressed. And it can all heal up and be a-okay. And we can put all the bleach we need to, all the bleach spray on there we need to, and we put all the Dicanyl on there we need to, okay?
Yep.
I would say, you know, don't do this unless you absolutely have to, because it's not fun.
It's really a pain.
But in this case, it was needed. So we're going to let this dry with a fan on it for a few minutes. We'll come back and we'll paint our Dicanyl on there just like we did the other one. Okay? Turn her on high, let her blow. All right, guys, here we are at Elsa. Elsa's looking pretty good. Yep. Yeah, that's what your sister named it, Elsa. Looking pretty good, looking pretty good. Big, fat, pretty pumpkin. Let's go back here. Take a look. Everything looks good back here. Got to clean this sap up. She's sapping right here. Clean all that up. See it all right there? And clean all that off. See it? Oh yeah, she's sapping really good. So get all that off of her and then spray it down with some bleach. Cover her back up and go on about our day. So she's good to go. All right, guys, let's get it. All right, guys, so we have Blowhole. That's back there. This one's Elsa. Elsa's almost as big as Blowhole. All right, Jaden just named the one we were working on right here. He named it Slicer. Okay, that one over there is Piper, and this one right here, I don't really have a name for her yet.
Maybe we should do a comment down below name.
Yeah, comment down below. Okay, comment down below to name that one that's pushing 1,000 pounds. And these other little ones over here, they're like Little Bit. Casper's across the yard. I call this one Frankenstein, because it's got like a Frankenstein looking head. This one here ain't been named yet. And the one up in the front yard ain't been named yet either. And the 1378 new on the other side of the yard ain't been named yet. So there's a bunch of pumpkins, but yeah, so we got Blowhole, Elsa, Slicer, needs a name. The big one needs a name, and then Piper are the main ones. So anyhow, we're letting that one dry so we can go in there and paint it with some Daconil. Yeah, so season for me is coming quickly to an end, it looks like here. Like they're all starting to have issues. Yeah. Where? Oh yeah, baby deer. Yeah, y'all see why I gotta do what I do here? If this wasn't up, that deer would be over here eating all my stuff. So, yep. All right, guys. Well, let's get on to the next. Where is mommy's at? Looks like I ain't got one. It's gonna come right over to the fence. Where'd it go? Pretty ingenious, if I say so myself. Water's reaching out there pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. I gotta put something on that and too with the fans though, so let me get that before it gets too wet. You call this a storm? And Captain Dan, Lieutenant Dan, off of Forest. Remember that? You call this a storm? Ha ha! Oh man, it's been thundering again for better part of a half hour. Big booms. At least we're watering. I'll move that in a little bit. But for now, I'm gonna finish this thing. This is good. It's mousse, chocolate mousse. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. Yep, I'm gonna finish this and watch it rain. Okay, guys, I'm pretty sure I got the winning the state record on a head. If that one right there don't get it, right there, if that don't get it, then I know I'll get it with the other one. So, show you what I'm talking about. This head right here is over 12. That head right there is over 12 inches in diameter. That one over there is over 12, not diameter, but straight across, really. This one right here is bigger. That one right there is going to be the biggest. You see it's still pushing out. And then there's several in here that are pretty close to it, but that one right there, definitely very close. Like I said, it's not even pushed all the way out, and I think I've got it. So 19 inches. So let's call the man, talk to him, see what he says. I gotta clean all that up. That ain't gonna happen today. Tell you that right now. Boss is tired. That thing, man, I'm telling y'all, that joker is big. Let me show y'all. If I can do this with all right, right there. Let me see. Y'all see that number? About 13, 14 inches, somewhere around in there. On that head right there. All right. There's my hand on that head. Well, the rest of these some of them are a whole lot bigger. Okay, that's on this one that I pulled up by the roots and stuck over here by the building. Some of these are like this one right here. It's done bowed itself. Look at it. Y'all see that? It's done bowled. So I don't know how big it is. It's probably not that big, but it's, you know, if the rest of these do that, if that one does it, which looks like it's going to, and some of these other do that, I mean, we're looking at something. So anyways, guys, that's about all I can get done today. I've hammered away at it through the rain and stuff. I'm pretty beat. I'm gonna go in here, eat, take a shower, go to bed, try to get up and get it all done up early in the morning and on into tomorrow. And get out here and pick these seeds off here and re-sow these so I can grow my lettuce again. Man, there's too much to do out here. I really could have a team of people working for me. I probably do need to hire T. Wayne and Elmer on full time. I probably do. Anyways, guys, don't know what I'm gonna do about over there on them long gourds. Probably gonna cut them down. I trimmed them up a little bit today, and I mean, I just ain't gonna be able to break the record this year because they just won't quit getting rubbery tipped. So I'll grow them till they're mature and I get seeds out of them, but that's going to be the extent of it. Everything else looking good and doing good. I'm happy with it for the most part. I've learned a lot this year. If we could just wake up tomorrow and it be May, and me be in the ground knowing what I know now, I don't know that there's going to be too many people. I don't know that there's going to be too many people to handle what I can do. There's a few, okay? There's definitely going to be a few, but next year, nah. It's my turn next year. As far as what we'll do in this patch and getting it right and getting it tuned in during the winter time and early spring, that's going to be coming. We're going to grow one in here during the winter time. Got to fix that up and get that right so we can, but that's going to come. So yeah, guys, I mean, I don't know, but not cocky, but I am confident, and I'm confident in what I can do. And when you can take normal sunflower seeds that, you know, people just throw out in their garden just to grow, and you can turn one into that and everything, when you can take some of the stuff that I do and do with it with really nothing, not knowing a whole lot, just generalities about it, not having prep soil or none of that. I mean, I am pretty confident in what I can do, so as long as I can get a pretty decent year, because weather dictates a lot. Next year, I think we're going to have some pretty nice ones, and I do mean pretty nice. Not that these ain't nice, but I mean pretty nice. I'm talking upwards of 1,000 and over. Okay, so anyways, guys, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you tomorrow right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to share.
Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome. And subscribe.